No. Go, 7 on!
Oh my god! Napping!
What's up, guys, and welcome back to the Underrated Podcast. We are here with episode 5 with somebody I've been wanting to get on this episode for a while now, and I'm finally glad we were able to do it after a couple of weeks of delays. Or a week, maybe not a couple, but definitely a week. We were able to finally get this going. With BO6 beta behind us, there's nobody better to have on the show than Mr. TWIISTAS himself. Welcome in, brother.
Yo, what up?
How's life been treating you?
Oh, just living. It's got its ups and downs,
Yeah, especially as a Cowboys fan right now.
And a Giants fan, so.
Oh, yeah, we're both in the same boat.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, so let's just get right down to the nitty gritty here, and we're gonna be bouncing between topics, but obviously what most people want to talk about is BO6, and there's a lot of I've been seeing a lot of love-hate relationship with it. Me personally, I loved it. I thought it was great. I like the challenges that it brought to the table, especially from a sniper's point of view. But what was your point of view on it? Like, what was your thoughts on the game? Just the basics of the game. Now, obviously, we didn't have everything at our fingertips with the game because it's just a beta, but give us your thoughts.
So for me, to be completely honest with you, when all those leaks and everything were coming out, like Charlie Intel tweeting it, random people tweeting and everything, I was looking at the gameplay and I was getting a little spooked, because it did look a lot like Cold War, at least aesthetically. And between MW3 and Cold War, I absolutely hated them, or hated Cold War at least. I only have 7 days played on that game, and with MW3 I have 34.
Nice.
So I was getting a little scared, but then obviously BO6 beta came out and everything, and I grinded the hell out of it. I enjoyed it a lot. I was a little concerned of the Omni movement, as I'm sure a ton of people were, but
yeah.
After playing it and clocking hours and everything, it felt natural almost. It feels like something Call of Duty should have had for a while, if that makes sense.
No, I agree with you, because some people in my stream were telling me, talking to me about it, that weren't able to play the beta, and they were asking me about it, and I was like, now I didn't play the jetpack era of Call of Duty, but they did, and I was trying to express to them that it's kind of like that. It's completely different feel, and it's going to be, because Call of Duty's kind of went through eras. We had the jetpack era, and then from Modern Warfare 19 to now, we've had the slide cancel and YY era. And now we're going into what I think is going to be this Omni movement era. And it's it's completely changing the way Call of Duty is going to be played, because it's opened up so many different opportunities that you can do within the game, just specifically based on movement.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird to think about, because I was watching Scope streams a few times, and one of the things he was saying is what's going to happen after this game? Is the next Sledgehammer game going to have it, or the next Infinite Warfare or Infinity Ward game going to have it? And I thought that myself too. Is what are they going to do? Are they going to copy it, or are they just going to? This game's just going to be a one and done type of thing with the Omni movement, and then the next Treyarch game is not going to have it, or something like that. That's something I'm worried about too, because I did enjoy the movement on the game.
I did too, because one of the things that scared me the most on it is, especially in games, sometimes I have a really hard time adjusting to something that's new, because I get comfortable doing something and then I have a hard time to adjust it for some reason. I don't know why. But after a couple hours, the Omni movement it felt like I'd been doing it forever. It came very natural. Now, some of the diving techniques and the spinning that you're able to do, to me, that's where the skill gap is going to be. It's not necessarily in the Omni movement itself. It's what you can do away from the Omni movement with the Omni movement, because in my head I'm a lot of people were complaining with the SBMM in the beta, and I was one of them, because I'm dude, it feels like I'm in a competitive match every time I'm loading up. But the different amount of people you saw, even good players, some people were not using those diving mechanics like we thought they would be.
I think that's one of those things where it's going to come randomly, going to come into play randomly type of thing. Because I even found myself obviously sometimes playing normally how any other Call of Duty would, sprint forward and run around the corner, sprinting and everything like that, instead of, sprinting side to side or backwards or anything, or diving around the corner. Like, there'd be some times where, like, I'll just dive off of something and spin just to see if I hit something from it, Like, it wasn't something like where I was, like, diving to, like, outmaneuver people or anything like that. I was diving to just try to do stupid shit. You know?
Yeah, I get you on that. It was a lot of fun though, man. The beta was a blast. I don't know. I didn't get bored with the game. I got bored because it seemed like everybody just wanted to play one map. So you would play like one map for 2 hours and then randomly get one every now and then. That was something I was getting bored with, but I was not bored with the game itself.
Did you play any of the other like Call of Duty betas?
Okay, so this is what's weird is I played the Modern Warfare 2 beta and I played the Modern Warfare 3 beta. And I played the Modern Warfare 19 beta for one day. That's when I started playing Call of Duty. It was that beta. It got me hooked. But
so I'm pretty sure like I've played every single beta since they started doing it, and to be completely honest, I hated every single beta except for this one.
Really? That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, like a lot of people love the Infinite Warfare beta, which doesn't make sense to me because they loved the beta but hated the game. Whatever. But like I hated every single beta, and all those games that I hated the beta on, I enjoyed the full game. But I don't think that's going to be the opposite with this game. Like, I think I'm actually going to enjoy this game too. So,
yeah, I think so too. I think so too. And what really shocked me is how quick they listened to us about some of the complaints on the game, and that they actually fixed it during the beta. Like, we were all complaining about the Jackal, and I don't think anybody in their right mind would say that gun was not completely broken. Mm-hmm. And then it was still broken after they tweaked it, but it was you could definitely see the difference. So I got a lot of hope for this game with that. But the game was not perfect. So let's talk about some of the complaints. I have a few, and I'm sure you do too, especially coming from a sniper's point of view, because I feel like they really nerfed us in the beta. And after watching all these team Tages and even personal episodes, we still popped off as a sniping community, even being nerfed to the ground like we were, because the snipers were extremely slow.
So a couple of complaints that I would have. I know during like the Black Ops Cold War, like alpha and beta, like the snipers were pretty overpowered. And then the full game, it was pretty bad. Even though the sniping was pretty decent on the game. I think that's going to be the opposite for this game. Like, I think they're going to buff them during the full game. But a couple of complaints I had, at least for the beta-wise, is, like, I don't know if you saw, I'm sure you did, but, like, when people, like, you would shoot somebody and then they would, like, tack sprint around the corner, their gun would be, like, doing this weird, like, glitch stutter animation or whatever.
Yeah.
To me, dude, that was so ugly to me. And, like, I get it's a glitch and a bug and everything like that, but at the same time, like, I was seeing people complain on Twitter, like, at least some of the people who didn't enjoy the beta, like, oh, they had 4 years to make this game, blah, 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 like this and that. And, I wanted to downplay it and be like, yo, it's just a beta. But in a sense, they were right. Like, they did have 4 years. And why is that a thing?
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
That was one of those things.
I agree with you.
It wasn't like a huge thing, but it was definitely one of the complaints I had. And, like, I didn't get it. I don't know what setting I had, like, turned off, or whatever.
The reason people got it is, and I had that problem, and it's all because on their settings, you could go into your settings and you could turn on, like, I can't remember the exact name of it, but basically it was turning on tack sprint. So, like, if I move if you were to move forward, it instantly takes you into your tack sprint.
Oh yeah.
I did that to help me, so I had to hit less buttons on my controller, and I could focus more on, running and sliding and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If you turn that setting off and just ran sprint, you didn't have that problem.
Okay.
So I get people's complaint on it though. Like, okay, we've had 4 years, supposedly 4 years, that this game should come out completely ready to go at beta. And that was one of the things I was worried about with this game, is they've had so long to make it. And if they mess it up at the launch, there's going to be no saving them.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with how much the games are costing us now. I mean, the $70 just for the standard edition. I mean,
Oh yeah,
games are going at the roof, but to be fair, I didn't really have many complaints though.
I did have a couple. I mean, like, one of the things, like, the time to kill in some aspects, I felt like it was just a little bit too quick. Like, I know, like, some Call of Duties, they had like 100 health, others had like 125, others had 150. Like, I think it just needs to be tweaked, just a tad.
Yeah.
And then one of the biggest complaints that I've seen, like, going around Twitter and everything, is the false report, like, shadow ban loop system.
Yeah, because it happened to Kicho.
Yeah, and so it happened to me too.
It happened to you too. Yeah.
Yep.
So explain this to me, because I'm not sure I have the full gist of it. That, from what I understand, you can get reported however many times, and then eventually it stops. But if you spam report somebody for a chat offense,
dude, I don't even know,
because that's what happened to Kicho. Because I was playing with him, and he got spam reported on the chat, and a message came across the screen saying that he's going to be voice banned, even though he's not even in game chat. He has it turned off.
Yeah, so I was, like, for me, I was just playing, and I was in Discord, like, I wasn't, talking or nothing or whatever, right? And I killed somebody, I was running around, and then, like, my game froze. So I was like, oh, my game just crashed, So I had to, like, force close it and everything so that I could relaunch it and everything. And then I load up the game, and it was, boom, you've been temporarily banned. I was like, what? And I load up the little Activision, like, appeal the ban thing, and then it's like 700 something hours, and I was like,
Jesus Christ,
how many hours is that? Or how many days is that? And it was 30 days, and I was like, oh, okay. And people are like, yeah, it'll take like 2 days to get unbanned, blah blah blah, you'll be good. And then my main account couldn't play it for the last weekend of the beta, so I had to make a new account and all that stuff. And
that sucks, because that sucks. Well, I guess you just have to. I mean, I didn't get banned, so I guess you just have to be good to get banned, I guess, in BO6, because obviously I'm not good enough to get banned.
Yeah, I wanted to get, like, the beta rewards and stuff, even though they weren't, like, the coolest things ever. It would still be cool to have them,
Yeah,
but,
I agree, man. But overall, I thought it was a success. There's a lot of hate going around this game, though, and for the sniping community in particular, and I get it. The sniping was slow. That actually didn't bother me too much.
It did.
Because for me,
it was slow in a sense, but, like, it also it felt smooth, if that made sense.
Yeah. So it did. So, like, that's what, in my mind, we're coming off of Modern Warfare 3 game where it's go all the time. We arguably had the most broken sniper meta of all time with the longbow. I mean, you're basically running around with an AR that one shots essentially. So we're used to these quicker snipers, and then we go to BO6 and it's a little bit slower paced, but there's a skill gap in it. Not anybody can just pick up the sniper and just go crazy with it. There's a skill gap.
Yeah.
In my head, I don't know if that's where people are having the problem with it, or if they just want something that's extremely fast paced.
How many snipers do you think we're going to have? I think it's been leaked.
I think we're getting 4. I think we're going to get 4.
You think 2 semis, 2 bolts? Or
I think 2 semis, 2 bolts. I hope we get more bolt action than semis, because I'm more of a bolt action fan.
Yeah,
I think it feels more like sniping, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
and most of the time it forces people out of their scope instead of just staying in. But I really don't. I would like to see a happy medium, like two bolts, 2 semis, because, like, in Modern Warfare 3, we've got all these Modern Warfare 2 guns, but most of them can't keep up with the kill feed because of the speed of the the rechambering or this, or you have to hit a crazy collat to get a stack and all this other stuff. And I don't want to see that in this game. I want to be able to use whatever gun I want and be able to do something with it. You know what I mean? That's my biggest thing, is I want because Sledgehammer has done a great job this year with post-launch content. I've never seen anything like it as long as I've played Call of Duty. Nothing has come close to what they've done with post-launch content, and I would like to see that trend continue. But I want to be able to use every gun. That's the only reason content's dead in Modern Warfare 3 for me, is because I have to use a specific gun, or maybe a handful of, like, 7 or 8 snipers. How many snipers do we even have? Like 10?
Yeah.
I can't remember. I can't remember.
Too many.
We got so many I can't remember, but we can only use like 4 of them. Yeah, and that's kind of annoying to me. And I want to see. Hopefully, we don't have that problem going forward.
I like that the LR is like that slow, heavy hitting, bolt action sniper. Obviously, I hope they have a faster one that's a little, less damage or whatever. You get hit marker here and there type of thing. Scope said it a lot in his streams and his videos on his on his Black Ops 6 content and everything. Why in the world did they bring back the Dragunov? He was like,
oh, dude,
dude, he's like, they're so big and everything on their their stats and their statistics and everything, but like, who in the world is hopping on Call of Duty? Oh, I'm gonna use a Dragunov. Like, what? Like.
Like you got really all these other good semis you could bring into this game, and you give us this one,
right? Like the PSG, the PTRS. Yeah. Like I hope they do bring something like that.
What was the one from Cold War? Because I actually like that. Was that the M82?
Yeah, that was the Barrett. Yeah.
Bring that one back. It wasn't that great, but it was better than the Dragunov.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, Twista, I maybe used that gun for maybe 2 hours of the entire beta. It was just not fun.
I think I picked it up once and hit a 5-on with it and then never used it again.
It just felt weird. Like when I would use it, it just felt weird. It made me not want to use it.
So how I said it, the sniping felt smooth in that game. The LR felt smooth. Not the Dragunov.
Yeah. I knew what you meant.
Felt so clunky.
Okay, so answer me this, because I'm kind of a Call of Duty history nerd in a sense.
Okay.
Because I started so late. Like I missed everything that y'all guys rave about. I missed. Okay. So I had to go back and rewatch all of the things, try to learn stuff that y'all are talking about before I even became on this journey of this, this sniping stuff. So for whatever reason, I was watching, I think it was either M40 Predator or it might have been Plumage. It was Black Ops 1's content. I can't remember. And there was a gun on there. I don't know the name of it, but it reminded me of the LR 762 or whatever this gun was called.
The L96.
Is this a replica of that?
I don't think it is in a sense, but it is at the same time. Like it, because I think so back in like the the golden age of Call of Duty and everything, I think they had like the licensing to name like the actual weapons and all that stuff.
Gotcha.
But I think now, I don't know when it happened, but I think now like they don't have that same licensing anymore. So like they have to make their own name and kind of like change a little bit of it.
Gotcha.
So like I think it is, but in a sense it's not type of thing. I think it's the same like caliber of gun type of thing.
I get it. It makes sense. But
yeah,
I hear people talk about the golden age, and obviously when it comes to sniping, you hear Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2. That's the Modern Warfare 3. Those are the three Call of Duties that stand out for a sniper's point of view, because you go back and watch any main guy today, they started in one of those Call of Duties.
Yep.
That's where they made their name. And it's crazy because we've got some new guys coming up, but they've been around forever. Like, you got BAMs, Scope's been around forever. I mean, but you just got all these guys, it's been around. But the Black Ops 1 sniping, and no disrespect if this is y'all's favorite Call of Duty, but it looked kind of dog shit.
So I think,
because like I would see it in there. They would snipe in, and then you would just see the gun like bob.
Yeah, so I think for the first like couple months of the game, it was actually really, really good, and then they nerfed it to the ground. So it was one of those games where like the sniping was good, but you had to be good type of thing.
Oh, okay.
Like it was fun. It was just definitely a challenge. Definitely a challenge.
I imagine most people didn't like it, especially coming right after Modern Warfare 2.
Oh yeah,
I'm sure that was a big thing. But so the maps, I've heard a lot of people complain about the maps. I've heard a lot of people rave about the maps we had in the beta. Me personally, the only one I didn't really like was Rewind. I thought the map was a little bit too big, and the spawns they weren't necessarily hard to control, but if you were solo queuing, they were hard to control because they were you had to like run through all these lines of sights to get to spawn or whatever. And So what's your take on the maps? Like, because most of them were a good 3-lane map. I know Scud was kind of, people are up and down about that map. I kind of liked it. So what's your thoughts on the maps? Well, I mean, we had 4. How many regular maps did we have? We had not face off.
Four.
Four. Yeah, we had Derelict, Skyline.
No, 5. Derelict, Skyline, Scud, Rewind, and Babylon for the last.
Babylon,
last
Babylon. Yeah, that's right. Babylon was good.
I like them all except for Rewind.
Okay, I'm not the only one. Let's go.
Yeah. So if I were to do it, I mean, Babylon, obviously, I'm pretty sure that's probably like everyone's favorite because it was small and spawned for.
Not my favorite.
If I'm picking based off of like what I personally like enjoyed playing more, I would say Derelict, Scud, Skyline, Babylon, and Rewind.
We're pretty close.
I do think they were all good maps. Rewind, I think, definitely could be a good map if they fixed the spawns.
Yep. Me personally, I think they need to spawn more on the left and right side of the map instead of the front and back of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that would work well because the map is a lot longer than it is wide.
So I think they need to have more spawns in that open street, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because I feel like they spawn like on the other side of the building. Like you have like the whole long like shopping plaza or whatever it's called, and the B flag right in the middle. Like I feel like they spawn on the back side of that building and not like the front side.
Yeah, I think so too. Because like I noticed it, I didn't mind playing that map on hardpoint.
Yeah, but every other
domination and the rest of them, it was so bad because there was no objective for them to have to run to because there was no way you were going to go capture the A flag or the C flag because there was always 2 or 3 people just staying there on that objective. It was just people just played it weird, and I think a lot of it was because of the spawns and
that, and then you get a kill, run across the map, die, and then you have to run all the way across the map again.
So that was definitely my least favorite. But if I was gonna list the maps in my favorite in order, Derelict was my number 1. I had the most fun on that map. The most fun on that map.
Yep.
That I've had in Call of Duty in a long time. I'd have to go Derelict, Babylon, Skyline, and then Rewind. Yeah, I think that's where I would list it. Babylon was fun, but it kind of reminded me of Shipment, just a little bit bigger. And I'm not a huge Shipment fan, but I did enjoy playing it because, man, you can get some crazy spawn traps on that map going.
Oh, yeah. I will say, so, like, the first weekend when it was just the 3 maps, like Derelict, Scud, and Skyline, like, a lot of people were hating on Scud, and I enjoyed it. Like, I actually enjoyed it a lot more than Skyline. But towards like the second weekend and everything, I think it grew on me. And whenever I saw Skyline in the selection or whatever, I would pick Skyline over Scud just because like it was a little more close quarters and everything. And like I was trying to get one of those dolphin diving clips out the window.
Yeah, I agree. See, I was the opposite because I really enjoyed Skyline.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't enjoy Scud, but I couldn't figure out how to play Scud because it's a great map. It lays out great, but you have to learn how to play that map because you can only be. Yeah. You have to learn that there's so many lines of sight crossing the middle that you. It
reminded me a lot of Wasteland in a sense.
Yeah, me too.
Just a dead wasteland.
Yeah, I agree. But once you figured out that map, dude, it was so much fun because there's so many different routes you can take to get to wherever you want to go, whether it be the head glitch at the back of the map or in the center. There's so many different ways you can go about playing that map that made it fun. And as a sniper, dude, like if you want to come across the middle, you're in our play field now.
Yeah.
And it was fun. Yep. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, overall, I think I give the beta probably a 7, maybe even 8 out of 10. I mean, it's a beta. It's going to have its problems. Even at 4 years, it's an untested game in a sense, especially dealing with over, I don't know how many people played, thousands and thousands, I'm sure. So, but overall, I thought it was a good success for the community. And I'm really excited for it. I think what I'm most excited for is I don't want people here complaining about they're not making new content. They're not recycling stuff. I know the visual aspect of it is kind of looks like Cold War, but to be fair, it is a sequel of Cold War.
Yeah. I would give it probably like I'd say around the same, like 7.5, 8. I do hope though, like as much as people say, oh, like I hate recycling content and everything, I do hope they bring like some, I don't know, Black Ops 1 or maybe Black Ops 2 maps back. I think that would be pretty cool, especially in like the aspect of like the movement and stuff. I think I feel like some of those maps will work out really well.
Yeah, well, I heard a rumor, and you know those rumors that you see on Twitter, you don't know, 9 times out of 10 they're false. But I did see a rumor that we are probably going to be getting Grind and Raid back season 2. Bro. So maybe we'll see. We'll see. I mean, I think I played one of those maps in Cold War. I can't remember which one it was.
I don't know how Raid would play, but dude, Grind would be crazy. Grind.
We'll see, man. We'll see. I mean, but to be, I kind of agree with what Scump said at the beginning of all this. After we figured out after COD Next, we were told, you know, we got I think it was Xbox reveal of the game where they were talking about we're getting 16 new maps. Freshly made maps, and we were all raving about it, and myself included. And Scumpy said, "I'd be fine with 6 maps as long as they're all good maps." So if we get 16 half decent maps, I think we're going to be in for a good year.
I think so. I think so too.
So we're going to get back to BO6, but right before we go on to the next topic, I want to ask you this before I forget: what is your biggest hopes for BO6 on launch? What do you want to see most in the game that we didn't see in the beta?
My biggest hopes, I would say, shoot, I know they had some like customization of like the HUD and everything. Like you could have like square, circle, you know, down below, in the middle, all that stuff. I don't know if you messed around with it. Low key, like I hope they have it's just so stupid. I hope they have a kill feed option, like to move it to different areas.
Oh, did they not?
No.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that. I thought they said that it was going to be in the beta, but I'm pretty sure I heard something that it is going to be. Like I thought I saw something that you were going to be able to customize that as well.
I hope so. Like I definitely hope it's launched, because I do remember hearing something about it. So I hope it's in launch. The other thing, obviously, like a sniper buff. I don't think it needs to be too heavy. Like obviously a little bit faster. Probably the main thing. Like if you put the 4-round mag on the LR, like the ADS on it was perfect. I think if you have that as the base ADS speed, and then obviously have other attachments to help out with ADS, I think it'd be good. And then on top of that, some sort of ground war. I feel like the past few CODs we haven't really had a ground war game mode on launch, which I don't really understand why. This game, I definitely don't think it needs I really don't think it needs like a 10v10 or 12v12. I think an 8v8 or 9v9 would be
I agree with that. I agree with that, especially with the size of the maps we're going to have.
Yeah.
I mean,
those medium small maps. I think 8v8 or 9v9 would be perfect.
To be honest with you, I would like to see what we had in Vanguard, where you could set your pacing.
The combat pacing. Honestly, I heard a lot of people say they really enjoyed that. I didn't care for it too much, because I would I would select whatever combat pacing I wanted, and then I wouldn't get it.
Yeah, so it was definitely broken. But the idea of it is pretty cool, and if it works, it'd be great. Especially if because that would weed out. Because like me, dude, when 12v12 came out this year on Modern Warfare 3, I was not having very much fun. Not to mention that in this game we had the tac mask is broken, so you had 2 more people throwing stuns at you. It's just pointless. So I was not having fun on 12v12. But yeah, my biggest hopes is I know a lot of people are saying they want the kill feed to change. I would be okay with a little bit faster kill feed if they buff the snipers. I think if they change the kill feed with what we saw in sniping, I don't know how they're going to do with the faster kill feed. So I'm a little worried about that. But I think for content, a slow kill feed, it goes out to a lot of different creators versus just people who are just cracked at the game.
Yeah. So in a sense, when it comes to that, I obviously the 10-second kill feed. I hate that you could get 4 kills and then run across the map and hit a collab for the 6 on. That part of it is dumb. But I think depending on the person, like for me, for example, like if I get like 3 or 4 up and then there's nobody in sight, like I'm just doing some stupid shit to see if I can hit something like dolphin diving across, like, across or whatever, no scoping across the map to get a kill. Like, that's the type of stuff that I would do with like the 10-second kill feed type of thing. But like, I do agree with you. Like, obviously, it helps out with other creators, like either the snipers who aren't way up to par, or even like pub stompers who are trying to get like red gun clips or something like that. Like it definitely helps out with all aspects.
Yeah, I mean,
or even like SND creators too.
Yeah, that too. But for me personally,
feed would help.
Obviously I want to hit those feeds, 6-ons and so forth. But me personally, I just want to make content for YouTube, and I could care less if it's a quad feed that takes me 7 seconds to get it or whatever. I just want to have something cool to put on YouTube, and I think, and that was one of the problems I had with this new kill feed we have on Modern Warfare 3. It's just so damn fast. I'm not gonna lie, I have a hard time keeping up with it. There's days it's really frustrating for me. I'm not gonna lie about it. It is what it is. But I do think they need to take it from a 10-second to maybe a 7 or 8 second. I think it is too slow because with these maps you can damn near run from spawn to spawn before your feed is off, and that's not okay. I don't care if you can't hit a feed in that you can't hit a feed. But I would like to see it a little bit slower. But with that being said, I'm not sure if the snipers can take it without a buff. So we'll see. But yeah, like I said, we're going to come back to some BO6 content because that's what the community is raving about. But the whole point of this podcast is to help other people reach other people that, to help the community grow. That's the whole point of this podcast. So in order to do that, I want to know where you started. Like, give us the story of TWIISTAS.
Okay. So my first Call of Duty was Call of Duty 4. I didn't snipe. Well, I mean, I sniped here and there on it. So I was Call of Duty 4. I was 6 years old at the time. The PlayStation 3 was just launching. My dad was all like into gaming and crazy about it, when that came out. So he bought it. Obviously, like, he was playing it, and then whenever he got off for the night, I'd be playing it, and we kind of share it type of thing. I didn't really start getting into like the YouTube aspect of it until like probably MW3, I think, or BO1 when they had. It was definitely MW3 when they had like theater mode and stuff. I would literally take my phone and record my big flat screen TV I was playing on and try to commentate over it, as like a 12-year-old kid or whatever. And then Black Ops 2, like, actually during that span of like Call of Duty 4, like MW2, Black Ops 1, World at War, MW3, Black Ops 2, like, I was a casual, I guess. Like, I sniped, I used, red guns, everything like that. But I also, like, I watched the sniping community. Like, I watched Pomage and all them. But I also watched, like, pub stompers, too. Like, Jay Nasty. He'd go for crazy gameplays and everything. The Carnage Clan, like, they would go for crazy, like, triple Moabs and all that stuff on MW3. Like, that was the stuff I was trying to do back then. Like, I was a pub stomper, and like, Black Ops 2 was my pub stomping days where I would try to go, like, get 200 kills in a game, or like a crazy gun streak or anything like that. And I actually have a gameplay on YouTube somewhere. It's a 93-0 gun streak with the Scar H, and it's literally like my only streaks were UAV, counter UAV, and VSAT. Like, it was
93-0. Yeah, come on, dude.
And I pumped something, and then I don't know what it was. I just ended up picking up a sniper, and I was sniping on like Free for All Black Ops 2, like year 2 or 3 of it, and then like, I don't know, I stuck around, joined a little Xbox clan or whatever, and made some videos on there. And it was Black Ops 3 came out, and I didn't have any like the next gen consoles. Like, I had an Xbox 360 still, so I bought Black Ops 3 on the 360, and the graphics on that was like complete Play-Doh. They were awful.
Hey, that Xbox 360, dude, that's the best console to ever touch the face of the earth.
Yep. And then I ended up picking I got an Xbox One, got BO3, was grinding that with the boys, joined Bane. That was my like first, I guess, real team.
What was the name of it?
Bane,
Bane.
like Bane. I think they're still around. I'm not 100%
I can't
sure.
place them. I can't place them.
But I joined them, and then let's see. Definitely bounced around a lot from small team to small team. Yeah, BO3 was my pop out year, I guess. Like I played like older cards and sniped on older cards, like multi-card or whatever. But Black Ops 3 was definitely my pop out year. I think I joined Myth when that was out.
Now I have heard of Myth. I have heard of Myth. Are they still around?
No.
No? Okay, I thought so. I thought they weren't. But I have heard that name. I think I've seen some of their stuff on YouTube at one point.
Yeah, they had like the whole sniping showdown thing when that was going on.
Wasn't that like the Clash of Clans before Clash of Clans? The showdown?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it was, yeah. And so I had a crazy clip on Black Ops 1. And they picked that. I was grinding for Myth for like almost a year, and they finally picked me up like after I hit that, and I was like, bro, you could have done it sooner, like, you know. But yeah, that's kind of my story. Is I started when I was 6, so I've been playing it for 19 years.
Let's see. So when did COD 4 come out?
Years.
When did COD 4 come out? Was 2007?
2006, 7, I think. Hold on, let's see.
Modern Warfare 2 was 2009.
COD 4 release date.
Had to be 2007.
November 5th, 2007. So I was actually I just turned 7.
You just turned 7.
I just turned 7. So I've been playing it for 18 years.
I would have been almost 8 years old at the time.
How old are you?
20. I'll be 26 next week or 2 weeks from now.
Okay, yeah, because I'm 25, so I've been playing it for 18 years.
Yeah, gum, dude.
Yeah.
No wonder you're so cracked.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Black Ops 3 was my pop out year. I definitely did pretty well.
You know, a lot of people. I'm definitely getting back on this topic, but I want to say something about this because, like, I'm wearing an Optic shirt, so y'all can call me biased. I know this year we won champs, whatever, blah blah blah. I don't care. But a lot of people say that was a terrible game, and I look back at it. You know, I've seen the videos, and obviously I've never touched the game, so I can't really give you my opinion on it. But from what I've seen, the game was not bad. It was just bad for pubs. But like running like competitive COD, dude, it looked great.
So I'm not like big into like the competitive scene or anything. Like if there's like a finals or, you know, something like that going on, like I'll watch Twitch or whatever of it and everything.
Yeah.
But I don't keep up with it. But like playing IW, it was bad.
Yeah, I'm sure it was because, like I said, the pubs look terrible. I'm not gonna lie about it.
Because like that's the year like they made Modern Warfare Remastered, and anytime I went back to like Call of Duty 4 and played like the sniping lobbies and everything, like I was so much better at like OG COD 4 than I was at MWR or whatever, and that's why I stayed on IW because I could not hang on MWR at all.
That was one of my biggest concerns, and I've never told anybody this outside of my IRL friends, but like coming into the Modern Warfare 3, this is kind of my startup year per se. Like I've been playing Call of Duty since Modern Warfare 19, but I didn't know what I was doing, bro. Okay, I didn't know what I was doing at all. I didn't even play multiplayer. I was so much into Warzone. Like I had 2 accounts with over 50 days played on Warzone 1. Yeah. So like I couldn't get off the game, but I was so bad, dude. But I'm not gonna get into my story. There's not enough time for that. But like, what I was getting at is like coming into Modern Warfare 3, I was nervous because this was the year I told all my friends, like, I'm doing the sniping thing. I've wanted to do it. Modern Warfare 2, the game was so bad, I just didn't enjoy playing it. We all kind of felt the same way. So when Modern Warfare 3 came out, I was hyped. And then I played the beta, and I'm like, man, I actually did okay for me. You know, like, I'm not great or anything, but, like, I actually hit some clips. You know, I started posting on Twitter, and I got some traction from some people, and I was able to join a small team at Severe Rebellion. And, you know, things kind of went from there. And so that's one of the things I was nervous about going into BO6 is because the movement aspect of everything. Like, I was nervous, like, am I going to be able to compete with these kids going wide, dolphin diving off buildings, spinning around doing 360s and shoot me when they land on their ass? Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to compete with that. But going into it, I think we're going to be okay. And like I'm sure coming from like the jetpack era of BO3, and then going into or coming from boots on the ground to the jetpacks, and then back to boots on the ground, I'm sure it was a transition for everybody.
Oh, dude, I miss the jetpacks. But I miss the jetpacks so much. I enjoy them.
I think people took those years as like we're taking it for granted, but to be fair, Call of Duty was also trying to compete with Halo.
Yeah.
So like they had to do something,
So, man, I loved them. Like Black Ops 3 and IW. Like, even though I played Call of Duty like for years, like they're not obviously the golden age or whatever, but like they are definitely like one of my favorites.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed them.
I believe you, man.
But
I believe you because they look great.
I will say, like, one of the things you mentioned, like, everybody hated MW2 and everything like that. Like Modern Warfare, like 2019, I didn't personally enjoy it as much as like other people did. MW2, everyone can agree, ass.
Oh yeah,
terrible.
The worst Call of Duty I've ever played.
MW3, this is what MW2 should have been. Right?
Correct.
So like,
and I think that's where a lot of the hate comes from, because people look at it as a DLC.
Yeah, but one of my thoughts, like this whole year, has been, what if this game came out instead of Modern Warfare 2? What would this game be?
Right. I agree.
I really wonder, because like they never had any sort of like
traction.
Modern Warfare 2. They never had any like leaks of, oh, it's gonna be this game, oh, it's gonna be that game, like, and then boom, MW3, and we're like, what?
So we're not getting a Treyarch game,
Yeah,
because like we were like. Because, I mean, a lot of people complained about Vanguard, although I thought the game was bad. I did enjoy the sniping on it when I went back and played it. Actually grinded Vanguard. The game was bad. Modern Warfare 19, I think, would have been one of the best Call of Duties we've had, since whenever y'all want to name, if it wasn't for the maps. The maps were just so bad. But the game itself, the gunplay, the guns within the game, they were awesome.
Yeah.
But, I mean, everybody has their different opinions on it. I mean, a lot of people don't realize this about Modern Warfare 19, but it kind of shaped Call of Duty well, it's still shaping it. Because, they had a broken mechanic with slide canceling, and it became a staple. Yeah. It became a staple. Yep. We had to have it. That was one of the biggest complaints with Modern Warfare 2 is it feels like I have boots in sand, dude. Like, we're not moving. And literally, so it changed. And what you talked about with Modern Warfare 3, a lot of people, I remember this clear as day. Cause like in my head, I'm like, what are y'all complaining about? We're getting old content. Who cares? I've never played Skid Row. I've never played Terminal. Yeah. So for me, it was all fresh. But I remember in my head, I'm like, why don't y'all just look at this for what it is? It's a brand new game that we should have got last year. And I don't care what anybody says. This is the best Call of Duty I've ever played. And I'm hoping BO6 will continue with that trend. And we're on an upward rise with Call of Duty. And I really do think BO6 will do that. I really do.
Yeah. I don't know, like, I really enjoy this game. Like I said, I have like 30-something days played on this game. I do too. I do really wonder, like, what this game would have been, though, if this game came out for MW2 instead of...
I agree with you.
Instead of the way it happened.
I agree with you. I mean, I really don't... I've already been seeing stuff about Modern Warfare 4 after BO6. Yeah, have you seen anything about? Have you seen that? Okay, nope. I've seen it. I'm like, people like, I'm like, whoa. We're not even launched with BO6 yet. And you're already talking about Modern Warfare 4? Like, whoa, dude, just stop with this shit. Let's enjoy the game we have. And because personally, when I saw the BO6 leaks, I was scrolling past them. I don't want to see this. I want to experience it. And if you leak it, you're just, one, it's just an impression click through, and you're taking my enjoyment away from it.
Yeah. Did you? So you said you started on like MW19, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever play any of the other Call of Duties, like the campaigns or anything like that?
So so through my childhood, video games was a no-no. So I didn't play any games growing up. When I moved out, I kind of got into it. My cousin was in this Rocket League thing, so I kind of hung around and started playing Rocket League a little bit. And then I got into this. I got into Madden really, really big. Like I was kind of playing competitive Madden for a little bit, or not competitive, but I was trying to go competitive. I was in some leagues and I was playing and doing my thing. The game was just so bad. And then I had a cousin of mine. She was like, "Hey, let's play this Modern Warfare 19 beta. It's free." I've never looked back.
So you never played any of the Call of Duty?
I went back and played a little bit of BO2, a little bit of BO3, but I've never touched the old campaigns.
I think I'd say one thing you need to do before Black Ops 6 comes out, dude, you need to find like a cheap 360 on Marketplace somewhere, get all the old Call of Duties, and just play the campaigns. Like,
well, my boy, I think my boy Trade has his PS3 and he still has all the old games. I might just team him up.
You need to, because this is one of the things. And you're not going to be able to relate to it, right? Because one of the Call of Duties, Call of Duty Ghost, a lot of people like. Some people really like it. Some people really hate it. It was one of those games in like the golden era that like it's kind of like wishy-washy, like it is now. Like some people really enjoy this game, some people really hate it. Like that was one of those games back then. But the campaign for that game, oh my god, it was incredible. It was like it was probably in my opinion one of my most favorite campaigns, and the end of it is a complete cliffhanger.
Oh, really? And they've never completed the story?
Complete cliffhanger. Like, it's one of those, like, when you're watching a show and, like, it ends on a cliffhanger, but you know there's going to be a second one type of thing. That kind of cliffhanger. That's the cliffhanger that campaign left you on.
And then there's never a second one.
No, I'm going to see if I can find it. Because I want to show you it on, like, live. Just so you know what I'm talking about.
All right, let's do it.
Let me see.
You know what's crazy though is talking about campaigns. I didn't play. I've never. The only campaign I've played and completed was Call of Duty Vanguard. There's something about campaigns that are just boring to me. I don't know if it's just because of the recent ones or if they were different back in the day. I don't know, but these new ones, like I just can't. I get nothing from it. I get no enjoyment.
You see if this is it. Yep. All right. So how do I do this? Let me see. Am I able to share my screen like and my face cam at the same time? You know?
I don't know. Actually, I've never tried. No, you probably can't because I think you're only able to stream on one thing. And technically, you're already streaming, right? On Discord? I don't know how that works on Discord.
Something like that. All right. I'm gonna start it from here. Let me see if I think I might be able to.
Yeah, you are. You are.
Sweet. All right.
Well, we're going to watch this, ladies and gentlemen.
Ignore all this. Ignore all this stuff, right? All right. Hold on. Let me see. Okay, cool. So this right here, right? I can't really explain what's going on because I don't remember, but like this is the ending of it.
Okay.
All right. Might have to turn this up a little bit. All right.
You'd have been a hell of a ghost. But that's not gonna happen. There ain't gonna be any ghosts. We're gonna destroy him together.
Okay. So that guy right there, that's his brother.
Oh damn.
The other guy on the beach.
Yeah.
But this pissed me off. That's the end of the game.
No, dude, they can't do that.
That's the end of the game.
They can't do that,
dude. That's the end of the game.
They can't do that, dude. That's ridiculous. Yeah. And we've never gotten the Ghost 2, right?
Nope.
That's ridiculous, bro.
No leaks, no rumors, no nothing.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous, dude.
I dead ass wanted somebody to just make like a fan made game for the campaign only.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, that kind of leads into what I was gonna talk about a little bit too. Is this H2M thing? Did you play into the H2M mod?
I've dabbled in it a little bit.
Yeah.
I wish.
I just didn't. I wasn't willing to give. I wasn't willing to get myself into something that was so the people were so wrongfully treated.
I was excited. I expected it coming. Disappointed but not surprised.
Yeah,
Basically, type of thing. You know, I play it. I played it here and there. It's one of those things where it's like it.
it was very heartbreaking for me, bro.
Yeah,
Because I was looking at, I'm like, this is a game that everybody talks about, and I'm just gonna be able to get a taste of what was. It might not be the original, but I'm gonna get a taste of it. And
yeah. It's
they took
not
it from
anywhere the
me,
same.
and yeah, granted, I can still get the files but I'm not going through all that to play a game. You know,
Yeah.
and I feel bad for the people who actually spent time to make it. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty sad, man. That's pretty sad. So let's a couple more topics, and these I think anybody that knows you kind of want to know the answer to this because none of these were actually ever answered, and if they were, I missed it. So inform me if you can.
Right.
If you don't want, if you can't talk about it, just let me know and we'll move on. But so you were recently in Dare, and I felt so bad for you because you got in, and it seemed, and I may be wrong on this, but it seemed like the very next day they shut the doors.
So yeah, so I was actually in Dare during like the IW like Black Ops 3 kind of thing. So I actually have an introducing on the channel.
Oh, okay.
So not my first time in Dare. So but yeah, so I was actually before I was announced, I was already in the team for like a month.
Before it was announced. Okay.
Yeah, I was just waiting to be announced, waiting to give the green light and everything. I was in for a month. They were working on trying to make like an announcement thing or blah 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 blah, and I was just like, okay, whatever, you know, I'm chilling, like I'm not in too big of a rush. But then like, one of the leads was just talking in the chat like, hey, like, I wish I could give you guys answers with what's going on, blah blah blah. And then literally the next day, I open up Twitter at work and I'm like, all right. All right. I guess that was the answers we were looking for.
Yeah, it's kind of what happened when I noticed it. I was actually at work. I went through Twitter, and I'm like, "Dare closed." I'm like, "Damn, TWIISTAS just got in." It was crazy, dude. And I didn't really see it coming. I thought something was going to go down when Tanzer left, right? But then they started recruiting people. I'm like, okay, so maybe they're good. And then like they're not good.
Yeah,
So no one really knows what happened, huh? Just funding, probably?
No, so Laxo, he's the other, basically, like, you had Tanzer and Laxo. Laxo was basically, like, the other owner, like, leader, everything like that. He had some issues going on, like, IRL issues, personal issues, and everything. And he felt as if it would be best just to end the team, because he felt as Tanzer and himself should be like the only person to ever like really run it and let things happen and everything, which I guess respectable. I understand it, but at the same time, like, you have all these amazing like creators and people who, love the team and love everybody in it and everything. And if you love the team that much and everything, personally, in my opinion, I feel like you should you trust the leaders that you've picked up enough, like just let them run the show.
Yeah.
Until things get better. But it is what it is. I mean, I'm not too hurt about it,
Yeah. I mean, as a person in the community who would love to have been part of Dare, it's saddening. But when you get the inside information, you're like, it's one of the things where it still hurts, but it's like, okay, I kind of understand it. I was upset, not at the fact that they closed, but that they spent all this time recruiting people and then decided to cancel it. I thought that was kind of undermining. Yeah. But we don't know. None of us probably really know what was going on behind the scenes. This could have been a last minute thing. So I mean, shout out. Dare's obviously going to always be part of the COD community. If they came back in BO6, you know how many people's going to jump ship and go over to Dare.
Exactly.
But so for those of you who don't know, TWIISTAS was part of Northern Forces. You were actually a lead over there. That's a great organization. One I'm actually trying to get in, and I'm grinding for myself. So you moved back over there and you were lead for there. And then now you're lead for AV8 faction, which I've heard a lot of people, my friends like Error and Kicho and Trait. I don't know if you know a couple of them. I know you know a couple of them.
Yeah.
But they've mentioned that we believe, and we've all talked about it, that AV8 is going to become the dare of the community. And based off y'all's roster, y'all definitely have the potential.
So I was in North for about actually a little over a year. Nothing but like great things, about those people and everything. PD, Ride Dog, Error, Kicho, Sykes, Sam, like all the people behind the scenes and everything. Like they're all great people. Definitely enjoyed my time there, and felt like I wish I could have done more type of thing. But sometimes different opportunities arise and everything, and I know if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, and hey, I messed up, and but no, like AV has definitely a ton of potential. A lot of former Dare people, obviously, former Obey, former Soar, like all that type of stuff. Like they, at least trick shot wise, sniper wise, obviously, like you have me, Brad, who's former Era and Dare, Envy, he's been around forever.
That dude's a go.
A couple of guys like Pod, he's been around a while. Napping, my duo, he's been in a few
He's
teams.
also a beast. That dude's a beast. Nappin's a beast.
Yeah, he was an Iron before I picked him up to got him over to North with me and everything. So we definitely have a lot of potential. So I'm excited for it. I'm definitely ready for Black Ops 6 to actually come out, so we can actually start pumping out stuff.
Yeah.
Like I'm just like I'm really at the point, like even personal content, dude. I haven't uploaded or streamed in like.
Oh, I know. Trust me,
4 to 6 months.
Like I know, because like I have a certain list that I do for my content on a daily basis for my friends or for people that I know or that I support, and every day I spend 10 to 15 minutes a day. Okay, I'm watching this video at lunch. Blah 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 blah. And you were on that list, and I'm like, I'm not watching this next one for 2 weeks. I'm doing it out of spite. I enjoy your content, dude. By the way, I gotta mention this. I don't even know if you remember this. So back when I was grinding, I don't know if I was in the grinders chat for North. That's another question I have later. But that's anyway, I don't remember. But I had just came out with, at the time, I thought was my personal best video. For some reason in my head, it just something clicked with the video, and it just really came together, and it's changed my content to this day. How I do things, how I theme a video, blah blah blah. And you hit me up, and actually I don't remember how the conversation went, but you hit me up and said, "Hey, I want to react to your video on stream."
No, that was because
that is one of the biggest. Friday. That was the biggest highlight for my career at the time.
Yeah, that's because I tweeted out something. I wanted to react to content and everything like on stream. And that's one of those things. Like obviously, like I'm like my videos and stuff. I enjoyed the way I make them and everything. But obviously, everybody has their own certain little techniques, tricks, whatever they do to their videos to spice things up and everything. I'm always trying to improve, and I feel like some of the things I do, can help people improve and everything with content. Agree. But let's say you know how to do something, or you do something in your video that I like, I can implement it in my video as well.
Yeah, because
not straight take it from you, but at least use it to
inspiration.
As well.
Because one of the things you mentioned to me in that video, and I don't know if I've completely fixed it. I'm still learning how to color correct and stuff. But you told me the color correction was a little bit off. In some maps it looks oversaturated. So I went back and like really studied that video. And when I did, I'm like, okay, I see what he's talking about. When I'm playing, let's say, High Rise, the colors in the base of the map itself was great, but the sky was orange. Versus I would be playing, say, like Terminal, the map looks great.
Yeah.
So I had to learn, because I don't color correct each clip when I do it. I do everything off OBS.
You do it over the whole video?
Yeah, I had to actually figure out the happy medium for that. And I don't know if I've achieved it, but that was one of the things. And then the other thing that you told me that you liked about the video, which I still do to this day because of that, is if I'm talking, I turn my music volume down and raise myself up, where you can still hear the music, but you're able to hear me more clearly, and I'm the main focus of that specific part of the video.
Yeah. No, I definitely miss making the content and everything. It's just one of those things where like the game's gotten to like it's
dead, bro.
But I mean, even then, like at its like 3/4 of the way through the game or whatever, it gets to the point where I'm just burnt out type of thing.
Yeah. But also, to be fair to yourself, though, you're not also having to do for your personal content. You're also battling the position of a lead, which I've been in 2 different teams now. I was a lead in Severe Rebellion. I was a lead in M40. I know what you're going through, and I know on a small scale. You were in a big team north. I'm sure your DMs are always popping, and you got this drama and this drama. You got this to do and that to do, and then you still got to find time to do your own personal content.
I mean, I definitely I strive for like 1 video a week, like 1 long form video a week, 2 streams a week, like that. It's even with leading north and everything. Like I'll be honest, like I didn't have too many DMs, but like I'm trying to catch up with chat, trying to watch people's other people's videos, this and that, trying to play at the same time, all that type of thing. But like the biggest thing was I just got burnt out, and I don't want to make videos that I don't enjoy type of thing.
I agree with you.
Nobody else is going to enjoy it.
If you don't enjoy it, it won't turn out good.
Yeah, and I think one of the things that I want to do, like once Black Ops 6 comes out, obviously I'm going to be playing that heavy, but I want to get back into like my multi-gaming thing. Because during MW2, I stopped it and then kind of played it here and there, but I also played a lot of Valorant, I played a lot of Battlefield, I played a lot of the finals, like a bunch of different multi FPS games. And I want to get back into like making that type of content, like playing this game here, playing this game there, whatever I enjoy at the time. Because like right now, Nappin and I, dude, we're grinding Valorant. Like
I've seen that.
We're just playing the hell out of Valorant.
I've seen that.
Because like it's just one of those things. Like we're done with our topics. We're waiting for the opening section, and then we're uploading it. So like it's the thing where like we're done with COD. So why not play something else?
No, I've always wanted to do the multi-gaming thing, but there's only been 1 game outside of
that
when I
wanted to play.
There's only 1 game that when I'm at work, I'm constantly thinking about what I need to do to get better, what content I can be doing. The only other game that ever fueled me like that, and it wasn't even to this scale, was Madden 18. That's what. So, other than that, dude, I can't take. My mind is constantly Call of Duty of like, okay, I'm gonna do this video, or I can. If I did that this time on this clip, it would have been a 6 on instead of just a split 5 on. My mind's always doing that. So I don't know. I've always wanted to do the multi gaming thing, which is why I had high hopes for X Defiant, because I'm like, it was such a fun game when I played it. But they just made the game. They just made it worse.
They fumbled so hard.
And I'm like, dude, this is gonna be the perfect game. We got BO6 coming. I'm gonna be able to bounce back and forth. I won't have these dead spots where I'm playing the game, but there is no content to upload. I'm always gonna be playing in content. I'm like, it's gonna be perfect. And now because I personally, I can't play mouse and keyboard because I can't do my fingers right. Like if I move one finger, the other one moves. So I'm always hitting 2 to 3 different buttons, even though I'm only trying to hit one. So I can't play Valorant. I want to because the game looks incredibly fun.
Play on console. It's on console now.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I
thought it was a PC only.
It's so if you play it on console, it's console only. Like you don't get crossplay.
Oh, it's not crossplay. Okay.
You're only playing console people.
I might have to try that out. I might have to do that. So back to the Aviate faction. Did y'all look incredible? The people y'all have on that roster is great. Obviously, I know a little bit about them, not much. So is this like their only COD thing, or or what do they have? Do they have a trick shot side, a feeding side?
So they actually started off as a Fortnite and Valorant team. So the Call of Duty side is actually fairly new. And obviously they have Call of Duty, the sniping side, they have the trick shotting side. I think we literally just announced like the Warzone side. So we have a little bit of everything. We still have the Valve side, still have the Fortnite. It's just kind of all coming together again.
So I'm assuming y'all have big plans. I mean, obviously y'all handled the situation pretty well. I mean, I think all the community knew something was brewing because, there was some stuff that you could just see things were, shifting, right? You could see things were shifting. So I think everybody in the community, especially if you're active on Twitter, is like, no, something's brewing. We're not sure where, but something's definitely brewing, And then obviously we saw the AV8 and, so what's y'all's plans? Y'all got to have some big plans going into BO6. I'm sure every team always has big plans. Some achieve them, some don't. What's y'all's plans going into BO6?
So, me personally, like, I'm still kind of like learning, at least like the whole roster. Obviously, I know like my boys and my snipers and everything. There's a few of them that like were already in before I came in and everything. So I got to get to know them and everything. But like, my plan wise, at least for the Call of Duty side and everything, I want to kind of obviously like stick to the roots of Call of Duty montages. Like I know like montage scenes is dead, blah blah blah, but like I still want to do that for the enjoyment of us doing it, but as well as like if somebody wants it, if there's somebody that loads up YouTube, some 15-year-old kid, and they're like, oh, what is this? And it's in their recommended. Oh, I want to start doing that. Like that. Yeah. That's kind of like I don't know. Like I want to stick to the roots, but also like content wise, like I really want to do some fun things, like collab with the whole team, like get the whole team in the video and do some just funny things, like little challenges, clip races, playing like Michael Myers, and just having fun like together as a team on Call of Duty, playing for content and clips and just having fun. Like,
because content is definitely the wave these days. Because
and
that's really the only way you can separate yourself from others now. Back in the day of Pomage, Pred, Ireeps, if you could record and upload and you were somewhat good at the game, people knew you. Now there's so many ways to record and all this other stuff that the competition is off the charts.
Oh yeah.
I think we're all seeing the trend, Soar, Obey, even North, they're kind of going in the valley of less montage style, more content creation. But with that being said, I was on Ride Dog's stream and we were chit-chatting, everybody was chit-chatting in the stream about montages being dead. And Ride Dog said something that really made me stop and think. He says, yeah, they're dead, but not for our community. If you're a sniper, you love montages, period, paragraph.
Oh, yeah.
And I've never looked at it from that way, and he's right. Because I watch a montage, I'm like, damn, dude, that dude went off.
Yeah.
Even if there's a bad edit, and you watch somebody's montage, like, dude, it was a bad montage, but that clip was insane, dude.
Yeah. Like, Marks just came out with his
God, Taj. Bro. That Taj was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. Like, and that's the thing. Like, I could go to other people and be like, yo, did you see Marks' Taj? They'd be, dude, it was good. It was crazy. Blah, 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 blah. But then, obviously, if I hit up some normie who's just playing Call of Duty, off his 9 to 5, like, obviously he hasn't seen it, but, like, every person in our community
has seen it.
Most people have seen it.
Yeah, 100%. That was a really good montage, bro. Some of the ones you edited, like the 2 episodes you did for North for the BO6 beta?
No, I did one.
You did one. That's right.
I did two. I did the intro for all of them, and then I did the BO6 Taj.
Those were good. And even the one what was that guy's name that edited the other one? I can't Envy. His was good. Mm-hmm. Like, I think people just overthink it because, the old generation of COD, they look at the catalyst, they look at the iridescence. That style of edit is not the rave anymore.
Yeah,
it's changed, and montages themselves will probably never come back and be popular like they once were, simply because the community has evolved past that, and you really can't evolve a montage more than what it is.
Yeah.
So, but for me personally, I'm a montage. I love them. I love montages.
Me too. Me too.
So there's a lot of people that I personally know, and myself included in this. We're all grinding to reach a team that we want to join or that we look up to. And you've obviously been in a couple of those teams that people want to be in. So, like, what is your advice to those people to get to achieve their goal and where they want to go?
So it might be like a little, I don't know, trying to think, because like obviously like I feel like I was in the bigger teams more back in the day than I was now, type of thing. Like it's been a while since I've been in like a big team, except for obviously Dare. But I think like because back in the day, like when I was grinding for Myth and Dare, and like well, actually I did. First time I was in Dare, it was after Myth ended, so I kind of got picked up from that type of thing. But like, I was tweeting out hashtag Myth Twista or hashtag Red Twista because I went for the Red RC back during like Black Ops 4 and everything. And like, I think that during like the RCs, tweeting out the hashtags and everything, I think it's good during the RCs. I think it gets your, tries to get your what's it called? Get some hype up and everything to be able to do it. But after, like, let's say after the RC ends, honestly, like, me personally, I would just put my head down, work, do content, hit your clips, everything like that. Obviously, like, if you're tweeting hashtag, hashtag North Johnny or whatever during a North RC and everything, and everybody's got their eyes on you and all this stuff, and you don't get picked up during the RC, they all have your eyes on you still. You don't need to tweet out, the hashtag no more. Like, put your head down, grind. Like, all the leads are, aware you're wanting to join and everything. Once they see that your content is right, and once they see that, you're to their standard, you're going to get picked up. That's kind of the thing, like with Obey. Like, before the RC, dude, I was grinding my ass off. During the RC, grinding my ass off. After the RC, grinding my ass off. I never got picked up. It is what it is. But one of the things is, like, during the RC, I feel like I had so much hype just from tweeting out, like, hashtag this, hashtag that, blah, 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 uploading my content, putting my head down and working. But just grind. That's really all I say is put your head down, grind your content, let whoever know, like, whatever lead know. Because, like, once you put in that work and once you get to that level, they're gonna be like, yo, you want to join? At least that's how I look at it, type of thing.
Well, man, it's good advice, bro. I mean, it is like, because my boy Trey, he's trying to get into Obey, and people are gonna say I'm biased because he made me what I am. Really, I mean, it really and truly, without him, I'm not sitting in this chair. But he is so talented. And yeah, to be honest, I don't know if his sniping standards themselves is Obey worthy, but his content is off the charts. Like, you get done watching his video, you want to rewatch it 2 or 3 more times because it's that good. So I see people like that just absolutely working, and people are like, well, they got their eyes on you. They got their eyes on you, and it's easy to lose hope. And I don't want that, because there's so many talented people out there that deserve to be where they want to go. And if they lose hope, because, like, for instance, with Obey, like, Obey is the type of team that can pick up anybody anytime almost, right? like, and then, like, you're working so hard, and then you're like, oh, they just picked up this dude. Okay, well, there goes my shot.
Yep.
Like, okay, I'm gonna throw out an example for, like, me. I see all this stuff happening with North, with people leaving, blah blah blah. There's, like, from what I'm hearing, there's not many leads over there right now. I'm like, where does that leave me? Is this even worth my time? Do I need to work on something else? But I'm to the point now where I'm like, okay, Ride Dog knows what he's doing. I've informed him. He's talked to me about it. I'm just going to do me. If it works, it works. I mean, I've made it pretty clear where I want to be. Everybody's aware of it, type of thing. But it's easy to lose hope. So I don't want people to lose hope of their dreams because it doesn't happen. Because one day it could.
Yeah. I think another thing, like, I would say, like, the whole, have you heard the saying, jack of all trades, master of none?
Yes.
So everybody's good at something, right? So master what you're good at and then build off of that. Be that jack of all trades for everything else type of thing.
Got you.
So you're not a one-trick pony, you know?
Right.
Master what you're good at so you can get good at, what you're doing and what you're good at. And then build off of that to your other avenues and everything so that you can constantly get better at those other things so that you stand out.
Right. That makes sense. So for all those people out there that are working hard, you're being noticed, just keep grinding. Good things will happen. And keep improving. Never get satisfied. Always want to improve.
Yeah. I mean that's definitely one of those things. Like obviously like keep grinding, keep improving. Obviously I don't know. I like the can never be satisfied type of thing. Like you can be satisfied. Like you can make a video and be like, yo, this is a good video. Like, I like this. I think this is good. But when you're making your next video, think about how to make that video better than the one before.
Yeah. Now I'm that way. Because I'll make a video and then my whole thing when I make a video is like, okay, because I tend to do like a lot of weapon videos, like weapon class videos. And I don't want to be known for just doing weapon class videos because then it's like, okay, you're not a content creator. You're just taking this build and getting clips with it and moving on, right? I don't want to be known for that. But that tends to be what I do. And I like to find secret attachments, stuff like that. But my thing with the video is I like to try to find something and make that the theme. Or like my recent video I did on the Moors, which I titled it My Favorite Sniper. I got into a lobby with Centric, and now granted, he smoked me 90% of the map. I'm not gonna lie about it. But I made something happen, and that was my content in the video.
Yeah.
So there's things to do, but just don't get into a repetitive motion with your videos because I did that for a while, and what I noticed is like every video is the same, just a different gun. So try to find what you're good at, but don't make it a routine. Find something different with every video, and always stay hungry. That's my biggest thing. Is like if I know that video is good, my object is not to do that one again. It's to beat that last video. That's the way I see it. So.
Yep.
Okay, Twisted. So we're at about an hour and 17 minutes into the show, so we're gonna have to wrap it up soon. Yeah, no, time flies when you're having fun. So obviously we're sports fans, and we're really technically, if you're a Giants fan, like you said, we're supposed to hate each other. Because I'm a Cowboys fan, but I got to tell you, this season I think we're going to hate ourselves from what we're seeing so far. But I always end the show. I like to try to end the show with advice for the community or advice for people that's coming up, trying to get better at what they're doing. Because that's the whole point of this podcast is to help people grow, get people that not necessarily getting enough recognition that deserves it, to help them. So what I would like from you is, what is one piece of advice if you could put the sniping community all in one place, have a microphone in your hand, what would TWIISTAS say to make the sniping community better?
Oh. That's tough. That is hard. I think everybody, like, obviously, like there's drama and beef between people and everything like that. And a lot of it I feel like is mostly like just dumb. Like, I feel like a lot of it is like we need to all kind of support each other again. Obviously, like there's some people like you can't force people to watch your videos. Like that's just it's a given type of thing. Like not everybody's gonna enjoy the content that you make. Not everybody's gonna enjoy the content I make. Like that type of thing. But like people need to support each other more and not like fake support, if that makes sense. Like I don't want to link you a video and you just like and comment on it. Like obviously that helps me because that gets my likes up and my comments up and make could possibly hit the recommended or anything like that. But like if I link you a video and you like it or you don't like, I would prefer you like it, but like let's say like
what you're saying is you would rather
click
me
like on the
actually
video.
watch the video.
Yes, that, but like you actually like it, and then if there's something you don't like about it, message me, be like, yo,
Yeah.
I think you could have done this, could have done that, blah blah blah. Like I think the community needs to give more support, but also constructive criticism on each other, especially like the content creating aspect of it.
I
Like
agree.
sniping, clip hitters, like whatever, hit your clips. Let's get some montages made. This and that. But I definitely think people need to support each other a lot more, especially with how much more dead this scene is compared to what it has been.
Yeah, I agree with you. And two things I want to add to that, and it's something that I noticed as a lead and as a notice from being a solo player looking from the outside in. What I tend to notice is this, and it doesn't really happen between the big teams as much, but from the mid-sized teams, down, you see this thing where like they almost feel like they're getting their views stolen. And it's like, I look at it like, okay, no, not really. You can't own a view, right?
Mhm.
So what I like to think of is like, be okay to support each other, because the more people that see this makes the community grow, which is going to make you grow. Because I don't know about you, but like you'll see a TikTok trend, whatever. You're scrolling through TikTok, and it could be, for like me, it could be a TV show that I've never seen, right? And I'll keep scrolling. I'll scroll past it, but it keeps coming up, and eventually I go watch the TV show.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's the way I look at it. And like if we do
that's what I mean by like supporting each other more. Like I'm gonna send you a video. I hope you like it, regardless of if you hate the video or not. But like like the video, and if you don't like it, let me know what I can work on.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
The next person who sees it, they actually like it.
Agreed, man. Agreed. And that's one thing that I've noticed, and it's bugged me so much, because it's like you're hurting yourself doing that more than you're helping, because people see that. Like people don't want to go on Twitter and see beef when they're just trying to enjoy some type of content. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you even see people upload on YouTube about this stuff, and it bugs me. And another thing I wanted to add was like the community just feels so separated to me, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have your montage people that's all they do, and then it's like the people who are just making videos and keeping montage worthy clips to the side for something, they're like thrown over here. And it's like, we're the same people, we just have two different ways of going about it. Why can't we just all unite and explode this community what it once was,
And see, that's one of those things is like, back in the day, like I used to be just, sniping, hitting clips, putting in montages, whatever. Like, I think there should still be those type of people in teams, only because like some people don't have time to make your 5 videos a week or a video a week or anything like that. I mean, obviously it's easy to make a video a week or Twitter highlights or whatever, but like you could still involve them in content in a way, short form content. You could be like, yo, this is the best clip, hit on blah 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 blah. Like it's still viable to me.
Yeah, me too, especially as a team, bro, because like when I was in 40, when I got put as a lead, one thing I wanted to do there, and this is kind of one of the reasons why I left. I'm not trying to throw dirt at them. They wanted to go one way. I was trying to go another. We had to go separate ways, blah, blah, blah. There's no beef. They're good people. Just two different views. One thing that I was wanting done is like, I see all of our players. I see all of our rosters playing day in, day out. And there's not even anything on our team Twitter page.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing. Like you see a repost of other people's content. And I'm like, okay, this is a problem, right? This is something that needs to change. So I'm like on the BO6 beta, I see our individual players posting a clip they hit on Twitter, and then that's it. And it's like, what is as a team? What as a lead? What am I supposed to tell my player that you're just here repping my name, and I'm not giving you anything for being here? And I've seen that from a lot of teams where they're just. I think they get into this thing where the game's dead, content's dead, which I agree with, but you still have to reward your players for grinding the game that you recruited to do. Mm-hmm. That's the way I see things. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I don't know. But that's the way I see it. But I do feel like the community is going. It's slow now because we're at the end of a life cycle. But I remember back at the beginning of Modern Warfare 3, it was popping.
Yeah,
And
I feel like it
I
definitely
feel
was.
like we're fixing to go back up with BO6. But I'm telling you right now, I'm calling it right now. I'm putting this out. It's gonna be loved and it's gonna be hated, just like Modern Warfare 3 was, because
Yeah.
there's gonna be people that hate that the sniping's slow because I don't see it getting much faster, even if they do buff it. So I think there's gonna be a lot of love hate going into it. But I'm super excited for BO6. I'm super excited to see what y'all guys at 88 are gonna do. Yeah, there's a lot of good things on the horizon for the community. TWIISTAS, it was a pleasure having you here.
Absolutely.
You're one of the GOATs.
I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, you're one of the people that gave me something to work forward to, in other words, because at the point in time we started talking and stuff, I was kind of at the road of like, I'm not sure this is going anywhere. Maybe I need to focus on something else. But, you gave me that spark of hope I needed and gave me something to strive forward. And I'm hoping that this episode will just one person. That's all it's got to do is change one person, and it's worth it.
I would definitely love to do this again, like sometime during BO6.
Oh, no, for sure.
Once things start popping and moving.
Oh, we will. Because what's actually crazy is there was actually supposed to be, we were supposed to record yours, last Tuesday?
Or it was Thursday, I think.
Thursday.
No, maybe Tuesday.
I think it was Tuesday because I was supposed to do Trait. Trait wanted to do part 2 of his. And I'm like, no, let's wait, blah, blah, blah. So we decided to wait, but we were supposed to have 2 episodes. But with BO6 happening, there's really not a lot we can talk about as a podcast right now. So I'm trying to keep things kind of slow. But I definitely wanted you on because I wanted your thoughts on BO6 because you went off, bro. I seen your clips everywhere. So yeah, you went off. So, but yeah, I'm super excited for this this coming game. I think we're gonna have a pop off year. And I'm definitely looking forward to your next video, and I'm definitely looking forward to your next stream. By the way, that game that me and you got into, it had been a while back. I got into the game late, and y'all are some sorry dogs for putting 2 remote turrets on the spawns. I spawned into the game. I was like halfway. It was a hard point match. It was like 180 to 70. I spawned in on the enemy team and instantly died with 2 remote turrets facing. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try it again. And I finally got out of spawn, and then you killed me. I'm like, that's fucking twisted, bro. Oh man, that was a good move though. Oh man, but I had to back out of that game. Like, y'all can have all this, y'all won't. But no, it was a pleasure having you here, bro. We're definitely gonna have you back. Is there any last words you want to say before we get out of here?
Phase up, No, I'm kidding. Just anybody who's watching it, especially, just you yourself in general, just keep grinding, put your head down, work, master what you're good at, get better at other things. I think this whole episode's theory is this idea that you got going on with the podcast. I think it's good. I really like the idea. I've wanted somebody to do it for the longest time. I definitely don't feel like I could have done it, type of thing. But I definitely think it's a good idea, especially just to get other people on that maybe some people don't know, some people do know. Like, I definitely think it's a good idea and can definitely pin out pretty well for you.
Yeah, and that's what I want people to understand. I'm not really doing this for me because I just enjoy making content. But what I enjoy most of is helping people. And obviously, you're going to help me with this episode more than I'm going to help you because of your status, right? So this is going to benefit me more than I'm helping you. But if someone watches this episode and enjoys it and go back and watches the other episode, I've achieved the goal of this podcast. Yeah. So that's kind of the point. What's the chances of Ride Dog coming on here, you think?
Ooh.
I feel like he's really busy. I would like to have him on because I would like to see his point of view on certain things that's happening.
Yeah.
Because you seen all this stuff with heirlooms, right? And I know we're supposed to. We're not getting into that, but like we see all this stuff going on with heirlooms, and I know we're supposed to already be off the show, but I had to ask this. So like you see Ride Dog, and Ride Dog to me is a really good dude from what I've seen, and I've never like talked to him personally like I have you, but I've talked to him in DMs and blah blah blah, and he gets so intertwined with whatever his mind on that he just becomes possessed with it, bro.
I'm gonna be completely honest. Dog is one of the most chill, relaxed, nicest people in this community. And if you have beef with him or he hates you, you're doing something wrong. Like,
well, I'm not going to give my opinion on heirlooms. All I'm going to say is he reminds me of Z-Rob, and I'm going to leave it at that.
But yeah, I definitely think Red Dog would do it. I think if you set up a time, I think he would do it. I think it'd be cool. I think it would be a great episode.
I think so too, man. And there's a lot of people that I got coming on here. Some of them you know, some of them you probably don't. But I got a lot of people coming up here, and you're actually one of the biggest supporters of this podcast thing so far. So thank you for that. But yeah, so we got big plans for this podcast, and I definitely want to have you back. We'll probably do it around Christmas. I want to give BO6 time to kind of grow and develop, and we'll go from there. I think we lost him.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
That's all good. It's all good. So I don't really remember what we're talking about. But yeah, I would love to have. Oh no, I know what it was. So I would like to get you on sometime, maybe around Christmas. I want to give BO6 a little bit of time to develop before I get any reoccurring guests, because I've already got your opinion once. I want to see what it's going to be once the game is kind of developed. Yeah. So by the way, while I got you here, and this is the last thing I promise. Is there anybody on here that you know that I should try to hit up and put on here that's not getting the recognition they deserve? And if so, just if you don't mind, send them to me on my DMs or have them hit me up, because I'm kind of running out of people that I know. And I know a lot of people, but there's a lot of people out there that just they don't post consistently enough to like where you can actually see the drive. And I'm trying to help the people that got an extreme drive. Like obviously Nappin.
Have you hit him up?
No, because I don't even know if I have him on Twitter, bro.
I feel like he definitely would. I think it'd be fun to do one with all three of us.
Yeah. See, I've got a couple of those episodes and I did too. My biggest thing on that though is I want to time those right, because I feel like a trio that could be a long podcast.
Pod is a good one. I know he doesn't really post on YouTube. I know like when the game MW3 was popping and everything, he streamed a lot. He's a really good player. I definitely would like to see him get into content. Somebody who's...
I know you know somebody, bro. You've been in the league too many teams. Come on, help me out here.
I would definitely say Nappin. Nappin would be good.
You know who I was honestly thinking about? I would love to see Spike on here.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if he's ever showed his face, so I don't know how.
Yeah, see, that's kind of a requirement of this.
Marks.
Obey Marks? Oh, there's no way he's coming on here, bro.
Yes, he would.
You think so?
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
I think he would.
I'm gonna hit him up. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna hit Marks up. I have him on Twitter. I'm gonna hit him up. That would be a cool episode. I want to do Ride Dog, but like everybody knows Ride Dog, so I don't know if he's really counted as underrated. But I do want to get him on here. Just because I think it'd be cool to talk about some stuff.
Tay Woods would be cool.
Yeah,
he's not really like too in the COD like playing it. And stuff,
doesn't matter though. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, he'd still be good. Davey would be great.
Oh, dude, yeah. So he's on my list to hit up. Yeah, Davey is legit, bro. That dude's out here. Awesome. That dude's out here spending paychecks on Madden packs right now.
Yeah, I know. Kicho would be awesome.
Yeah, Kicho. I got Kicho. Kicho's actually my next episode. To be honest with you.
Odyssey. Do you know him?
Odyssey. No.
He's in North.
Okay. I'll find him. I'll find him.
He's a hot dog man.
Okay.
The glizzy man.
The glizzy man. I'll find him.
He would be freaking awesome. He's not like super Call of Duty-ish, but he's a incredible content creator.
That's what we're all about over here. Oh yeah. Okay. So I got a new list, guys. So we got more episodes coming.
So I say Nappin, Pod, Marks, Ride Dog, Odyssey,
Kicho,
and you got Kicho. So.
Yeah. Kicho. Me and Kicho just met, dude. It feels like I've known him for 2 years.
Kicho's fucking awesome. I love that man.
His fucking personality drives me insane, dude. Like he won't let me not talk. And I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to be quiet and chill. Like, no, Kicho. But yeah, Twist. So I'm gonna get out of here, brother. But I appreciate having you. Definitely gonna have you back. And for all of those who don't know him, I'm gonna have his Twitter link in the description. Y'all go hit him up. Y'all will find some amazing things. He's the lead for your lead at AV8 Faction.
Yep.
I'll put that link in the description as well. They're going to go nuts in BO6, I can already tell you. But yeah, appreciate y'all having it here on episode 5. Episode 6 will be coming out soon. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate y'all stopping by. Make sure you like it. If you enjoy the content, make sure you subscribe. It's free. But most importantly, remember, if God can love me, I know he can love you. Peace.
Deuces.